the Bleeding Burgundy podcast, a Washington Commanders podcast for fans, by fans. With your host, Jessy, Martin.
What are you talking about? You're out of your mind.
John Taman.
We finally got professional football back. This is going to be fun.
Scott Hartley.
Yeah, thanks for having me on.
Max Taylor.
As long as you got Jaden Daniels, you got a chance to win.
Spanning the eras of Washington football. Honoring the past. Commanding the future. And now, the world's worst podcast host, John Taylor.
Hey, everybody. I am the world's worst podcast host, John Taman. I am sitting here wondering why the hell I am always constantly wondering why I'm watching the world's worst defensive coordinators march through Washington, D.C., one after another. And it just doesn't make any goddamn sense to me why it's that way. Some things doesn't look right. There we go. That looks a little bit better. Anyway, welcome to the show. We're going to try to get through this Falcons game without throwing shit around the room and acting like a bunch of freaks and all that kind of shit over it, because it was fucking depressing watching that shit. And sorry we're late. We're late like Mikey Sanders still trying to pick up his fucking man when somebody goes in motion. Anyway, there's over there from southeast of Virginia, my friend, who I sometimes wonder gets happy if they're losing so he can say, "See, I told you." Jesse Martin.
Hello.
Music on here. Let's see here. That's the wrong one. Fuck off. All right, there we go. All right. As you can see, we're having communication issues. We're full on command.
Sounds like in the Washington defense.
Welcome to the backfield. What's up, man? How are you today?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah. So, how was your weekend? I mean, did you make any money? Hit
No.
any bets? Hit any wins?
I got two decent ones.
I had an all right weekend in terms of that. Not nothing really big, but I down here just below me is our good friend Tony Wheat, who is subbing in for Max, who I don't know. Max got some changes that are going on with his schedule. He might not be here for a while. So thank you for coming in, Tony. Tony, I played your team this week. Oh, we need I don't have any Irish music, so next week we'll have
No bagpipes.
Come in. Yeah, I want to see you doing the foot dance. Let's see you get the foot dance going. I played your team in the Wanks versus Yanks Fantasy Football League, and I had a commanding lead.
You did.
Going into last night, and somehow I woke up this morning and lost by a shave. I mean,
What can I say?
congratulations to that. I don't know. What can you say? What would you say? Would you say you're sorry? I would appreciate it.
No, I'd say tough shit.
Well, see, this is why nobody likes the Irish. I'm sorry, but the truth has finally got to come out. Nobody wants you people around. That's why they put you on that island way the fuck up there.
Yeah, that's the Brits tried that, and then they sent me along to try and pacify them. That's not worked either.
Hey, let me ask you this, man. You went to the game on Sunday. You've been hanging around in Dublin. So we'll talk about that. But I want to know, did you get any punches in on Skylar Thompson? Did you get any kicks?
I was the one. No, it wasn't me. I don't know where he was or what happened, but he must have wandered well off the beaten track.
Oh, I'd
He's
say.
gonna love the Nut Squad.
I mean, it's probably what he said in a pub, and the guys they busted his ass.
Yeah.
All right, and
it was a hell of a weekend. I'm still recovering now, so
I gotta say that was interesting. We do have some stuff. I just I swear to God, I always have a big list of things that I want to get ready by the show, and then I have to do this thing called work, and I don't have any time to do this stuff. We've got a great video from FAO Bada shouting out for us that we're going to have on the show permanently starting next week, and we got some other Irish guy in the crowd that Tony caught up with that told us to listen to the Bleeding Burgundy podcast. That was pretty cool, but I just don't have him with me right now. Anyway, they're down at the bottom, absent for the last 2 weeks with no note, I must add. Probably off on some secret mission for the king. Our good friend.
I don't think I've been 2 weeks, but yeah.
Well, it's going to be whatever we say it is, because you, sir, did come in here without any permission slips or notes, and we know you're part of MI5 now. You're off with the king. Now, Scott, it says here that your family is one of the oldest families in Britain.
It might well be, John. I don't know.
I would suggest that it is. Listen, I've got a friend over there. He's a great friend. He is the first regent of paleontology at the British Museum. His name is Sir Bartholomew Dibblethwaite Higglebotham III. We call him Old Higgy. And I have a picture of him and me. This is us when we were back at Cambridge here. You can see us there. Me and Old Higgy and his mate over there on the left-hand side. And he says that the first indication of the Hartley family goes all the way back to the Stone Age, where they found these remains of Homo hartley. Now, Homo hartlius, he told me, he says is a hunter-gatherer, probably looking around on the ground for some fucking Mike and Ikes that somebody dropped. Let's see. That he is... He got some tool use and he masturbated, and that's something that we know from Homo hartlius. This is an artist representation of what we thought he might have looked like. So there we go. From the British Museum, the first installment of Scott Hartley, ancient.
It's got a better beard than me, John. So
really,
I'm happy with that.
Yeah, I think he looks all right. I mean, I like his hair. He's got more hair than you.
True. That's very true. Yeah, this has been going since I was 20. Well, no, I'm lying. Jesse saw a photo of me when I was 16.
Yeah,
and he said that hairline was going then.
Thinking back then. Thinking back at 15 years old.
I saw
I'll tell you what, he's that old, he could play for our defense.
Holy shit. When he was 16, he could have passed for 9. I'll tell you that. You could have put him out on some sting operations and caught a bunch of politicians for sure.
Jesus Christ.
All right. So we're not going to go down that road. We'll get there eventually, but right now we're going to concentrate on Homo hartlius. That's the first installment of Get to Know Scott Hartley. All right. So anyway, look, I got a message. Somebody put a message on our YouTube page that said, I'm 10 minutes in. Do you people ever talk about the Commanders? And the fact of the matter is, if you wait about another 2 or 3 minutes, you'll know that we do. And if that's just not enough for you, look, there's a lot of podcasts out there that pretend that they're going to work for ESPN one day, and they're not. They're not going to do anything, but they're going to act like it. And you can watch them if this isn't, your cup of tea. But we will talk about the Commanders, and we'll start right now, because I tell you what, Jesse, you called it. You go ahead and start. Tell us your first thoughts. Let me get the bongos out here. Get this fucking hippie in here to go. Hit it, Clarence. Fast first thoughts.
Yeah, it wasn't. I figured we were going to lose. It's just kind of the way it was very disappointing.
Very disappointing. Scott, fast first thoughts.
Terrible defense.
Wait a minute. Say that again.
Terrible defense.
All right. Tony, fast first thoughts. What do you think of the game?
Just too many big plays been given up. Constantly. Chunk plays the whole time.
Yeah, my fast first thought on the whole thing is the defense was just completely mishandled, and I'm not sure why or what to do about it. And we're going to go ahead and jump into that. Jesse, go ahead. You got more to say on this?
It's just mostly like I like what the defensive line is doing. I even think they did okay. We knew Bijan Robinson was going to get his. Okay, we knew that. But when you're scheming up for this team, your main focus needs to be on 2 guys. First one is Bijan Robinson. Second one is Drake London. When you have Bobby Wagner in coverage against fucking Bijan Robinson, that means you didn't do your fucking homework.
Well, let me interject something here on that. All right, we're jumping right into that. So here, we're going to go ahead and hit the thing here once I find it, because I can't find it.
And clearly, it was twice that no one covered Bijan at all in the fucking slot.
Right, and you see on the replay, you see Wagner looking around for him. However, I will say this, and I want to go counterclockwise. That's what we'll do, Scott. We'll go counterclockwise here and talk about Bobby Wagner is 35 years old. Okay, he's 35, and I'm not going to disrespect Bobby Wagner in any way. That dude against the run is a monster. He's a good pass rusher.
Great pass rusher. Good against
35.
the run.
He played 100% of the snaps.
And he has done every game since he came in.
Right. All right, Tony, I promise we'd start with you on this thought here. What's up with that? Why would you do that?
Well, I mean, the obvious reasons is experienced. He's going to be a Hall of Famer, etc., etc. But he's limited. He's limited enough now where he's great. He's a great run defender between the tackles. He's not. He's not a sideline to sideline defender. He's not a sideline to sideline defender anymore. I know. Yeah, he's okay. He's good on the blitz when they scheme that up well. But in coverage now, he's a liability. We know that, and it's not even just him. The whole coverage unit. There was, you've seen the interviews today and from Quinn and Witt and some of the players where they talked about communication breakdowns in the back end. I mean, these were the things that were going wrong 3 or 4 years ago under a different regime, where we were talking. There was constant busts and there was constant big plays. Guys are looking around at each other. They're talking about the lack of communication. So why? My question is why? Why? How is this happening?
Yeah, especially when they did it so well last year. We're going to experiment again. Bring Scott back in. Now you're having some echo there. You back?
Yeah, it was just headphones.
Apologies.
It was coming in your Bluetooth and your microphone. Okay, I can erase.
Can
it.
you hear me now? Okay.
Yeah, now you're perfect. All right. So, were you able to hear what Tony said?
Yeah, I was. Yeah, I got it.
All right. You got any comment on something like that? Why is this continuing to happen now in the two regimes here with completely different defensive backs?
I think it's scheme. I think the scheme that they're running is poor, and I think that Bobby Wagner's never been good in coverage. That's never ever been
past
his
5
strong
years he
set.
has.
Good in coverage, not good in coverage is one thing. Completely like, hang on, I'm on the phone in coverage. Just wait a minute. No, that's not going to work at all. So why are they playing him 100% of the snaps?
I'm not
Well,
sure.
it suggests they've got nobody else. But at the same time, Quinn said today or yesterday on the presser that if they're going to continue with these busts, they're going to have to pare down the scheme and make it more basic, which by implication suggests that what they're trying to do at the moment is too complicated.
Well, I'll say this, and Kevin Sheehan was talking about this topic yesterday and a little bit today, and I agree with him 100%. He has a feeling that Bobby's too important to this team, meaning our backups are just not there yet. Yeah. The risks of him during passing downs outweighs taking him off the field. As far as he's too important because he's a coach on the field, and I get it. Bobby has seen everything. He has seen everything in the sun.
Right.
His pass rushing and his run stopping ability up the middle is more important than him in the passing game.
But our teams are going to just realize that though now and start.
Yeah, and that's the problem that we're having, and that's the problem that we're having. But not only do you see that, okay, that's a play like that, the game that's fine, but we're seeing these same communication issues time and time.
They
again.
can't be the same. I mean,
well,
I don't.
Well,
did we see them last year? Did we see them last year?
It's no different this year. They're still fucking up and not fucking covering.
Last year, I thought they played all right.
I don't think there was as many glaring errors as there are this week. I mean, they said on Sunday there were 9 chunk plays. Now, if your definition of that is what is it? 12-yard runs and 16-yard passes. I think it is.
To me, it's if a splash hits on the bottom of my balls, it's a
explosion. Explosive plays.
So they'd had 9.
Same thing.
They'd had 9 in the first 3 games of the season, which was still quite high, but they had 9 on Sunday alone.
Right. Scotty's taking the time to clean his desk while we're on the podcast.
No, I'm not. I'm trying to charge things and work things out. Yep. Apologies, gents.
We can blame.
I seem to have 4 bars of signal now, so I seem to be okay.
All right.
We'll wait and see.
Well, do you have anything to say before you lose it again? No? Well, way to waste it there. Jeez, Scott.
We can blame Lattimore. We can blame Amos. We can blame Sanders still. And, yeah, all 3 of them had poor games. But I think the majority of this blame is on the shoulders of Joe Witt.
Right. So this is my question. Now, last year we had Benjamin St. Just, and we all hate that, right? We saw how badly that worked out. I would expect that the people that we have now could do it a little bit better, right? Last year was bad on pass defense, but it wasn't as dreadful as this. It was not so easily fucking destroyed as this. A guy goes in motion, and our fucking defense doesn't know what to do, right?
Yeah,
they don't know what to do. And the other thing that I really am look, I get it. You want to be tough guys, man. You want to be Joe Witt. We're going to get some turnovers. We're going to get some badass. We're going to play bump and run and get up in your face. And
they don't play bump and run though.
They don't. They run backwards and they wait, and then that's man coverage. And what I always see is when they get beat for one of these chunk plays, there's nobody else in the screen. It's just the one guy that was in. And so Penix has no trouble picking out where's single coverage. Oh, there, and over there, there.
It's they play everything but bump and run, which is what Marshawn Lattimore is fucking good at. He's good at that press man, fucking get up in your face, knock you off your
right. Well, if they're going to go in motion, he can't well do that.
But because like they're targeting these guys and they're seeing their weaknesses and they're seeing the holes in Joe Witt's defense and they what they're doing is they're playing all kinds of different defenses, except they're doing it at the wrong fucking time. He's doing it. He doesn't see what's coming.
It's like watching a kid play Madden.
Because they're playing zone, they're fucking playing off man. They go back to zone, but they're doing it at the wrong fucking times. I'm sorry, this is a scheme issue. This is a scheme issue.
I'm with you completely, Jesse, in the fact that if you look just solely at Marshawn Lattimore, every time there is a motion and he takes that runner, he is 5 yards off, and you've got a press man corner playing 5 yards off, and then it's always to a tight end or it's always to the wide receiver one who he's going up against. What Marshawn needs to do at that point is say, "Nope, I'm staying with my man," and call it off.
He did it. He was able to do it once in the Raiders game last week, and it was fine. He got down the seam with the tight end and was able to stop the play.
And that is down to the calls that are coming from this scheme. It's not working.
Yeah, and this is what Quinn was alluding to yesterday, where he said, if we're going to have to pare it back, we're going to have to make it simpler, because what they're doing at the moment clearly isn't working. And to me, it's feast or famine. It's you look at the defense, and they still make some good plays, but
Sanders still got our first pick.
Yeah, but then you look at
we'll
even last week,
in a minute.
Even last week against the Raiders, I commented at the time. Trey took us 3 touchdowns. There was no one within 10 yards of him, and all 3 of them.
Right.
Yeah. No. Yep.
Did they lay down and think, okay, we got a big enough lead? Maybe. I don't know.
Tony, do you think moving Sanders still back inside is almost like he's back to being a rookie again? You know what I mean? Playing that position.
That's an excellent point.
Almost playing that position.
He played inside his whole college career.
I know that,
he played so well outside last year.
And that's really good. So you've moved someone from outside who's played well outside to go, right, we'll move him inside. And it's almost as if he's going to make them rookie mistakes again, because it's the speed difference from the college game up to what the NFL game is. Now, you think that you'd be able to overcome that, but I don't think he has overcome that. And I'm rocking a San Still jersey now. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, I don't believe in the guy. I think he's a very good player. But
he's had a bad
year. If I was Witt, I'd look, or DQ, I'd look to move him back outside.
Well, yeah,
I really would, because Lattimore is a liability. In my opinion.
Is it Lattimore or is it scheme? Or are they missing things? Both. When I come down to coaching, because everybody's got Joe Witt on the hot seat, and I agree with it. All right, and the reason why is if you're going to tell me communication issues, then that's you, dude. You've got to teach them how to fucking talk to each other. There is nobody else that can do it. You do it. It's your fucking language. Right? It's Joe Witt's defense. It's what he's trying to do. If they're not calling out what he's telling them to do, then who else's fault is that? You can't look at the players on that. They clearly don't know yet.
See, that's why I'm not pinpointing like, oh man, fucking Lattimore's trash. I'm not doing that because every one of them is bad. I'm going to take the Sanders Still interception for just for instance. Yes, he got the interception. We finally got a takeaway. Well, guess what? If he did not get that, if Michael Penix threw the ball like he was supposed to, that was a fucking touchdown. And that was on Sanders Still. Sanders Still got fucking lucky. It was a bad fucking pass.
Instead, it's number one takeaway in the books.
And you did say that at the time, and I watched that back, and you absolutely bang on with
that was an easy throw. Fucking Penix just did not fucking put the right touch on it. He got fucking lucky. Because Sanders Still got caught again, and we've seen that fucking play. That was a fucking Trey Tucker. I think he had 2 of them against the Raiders. Fucking wide fucking open. All Penix had to do was throw it a fucking inch higher, put a little bit more air under it, and that was fucking 6 right there.
Well, when you're playing that fucking press man, but you're not pressing, you're off the fucking line of scrimmage, you're accepting the guy coming at you at full speed, already knowing what he's going to try to do. And the other side effect that I've seen of this, how many defensive holding calls did we catch last week? 4? Those are 4 first downs. One of them was on one of the double moves that Lattimore bit on, and London caught like a 25-yard pass up the sideline. But even if he hadn't caught the pass, first down, right? So when you are in this fucking kind of coverage, and they're back.
Witt's coaching. It seems like he's coaching scared too.
Well, they're playing scared. They're back away from these wide receivers. Now, I don't think everybody should get up on there like Lester Hayes. Look in your history books, kids, and get right up there with their face in their crotch. But you got to, if you're going to press, you got to press. You can't just accept them. Look him up, Scotty. If you don't know who I'm talking about, look up Lester Hayes.
Look up Lester Hayes and look up Stickham.
Right, well, yeah, but you know what? That's press man. That's getting up in somebody's face, and you got to you take that chuck, you take that hit, you give them that shot, and knock them off whatever they're going to do. But instead, we're getting motioned into situations where we're off the line and accepting. We're passive as they're coming out, and you're beat there. And once they're beat, they hold, because otherwise it's a touchdown. And that's probably, honest to God, the way that they're playing. I wouldn't be surprised if Joe Whitson is meeting going right now. If you get beat, you hold. If you get beat, you hold.
So the secondary problem. Do you think the problem here is
the other elephant in the room? Go ahead. No, this is kind
of. No, I'm just saying. Do you think not having the pass rush and having these injuries in the pass rush department and having older pass rushers there who aren't able to get to the quarterback, does that mean that then you're limiting what you can do on the back end? Because obviously when we talked about it before.
I don't think the pass rush is a problem.
Yeah, we're still winning. I mean, Falcons' offensive line is really, really good.
No, sure. I get that.
But when you talk about injuries on the defensive line, it's Dietrich Wise. Dorrance Armstrong is playing like one of the best defensive ends in the league right now. Yeah. And we're dropping him into coverage? What the fuck is that?
Yeah.
If you look at
this is like saying, I'm just going to take my weapons away from this young quarterback who has been making mistakes in these first 3 games.
Yeah, the pass rush rate's fine.
Oh,
pass rush rate. If you look at the stats, the pass rush rate's fine. The secondary issue that you can, I'm not sure you can tag the coaching on this one. The number of missed tackles at the weekend was
that was my other elephant in the room. The tackling, man.
Yeah,
the fucking tackling was god awful, and it's been bad since week 1. Week 1, we tackled great. It was fucking. Yeah. They were fucking flying all around the field and hitting. Since then. I mean, we did okay against the Raiders, but the
Raiders,
the Packers and the Falcons, and that kind of coincides with me thinking that they're fucking playing scared when they're going up against offenses that can. John said, "Oh, this offense hasn't scored 20 points." I saw it differently. I saw a young player I think Penix is going to be good.
Okay, gonna be is one thing. He hadn't been. That's my point. That was my whole point of that. But what you're saying, I agree with, because we beat up 2 offenses that don't have good lines, and two places that can protect a passer. We got beat up. I just spit all over everything. I said protect the passer, piece Penix, and fuck this. It's all over. Clean this thing off.
But tackling, the thing with tackling is, and Scotty knows this as well through rugby. We've both played reasonable level of rugby. Tackling is a state of mind. And that's transferable from rugby to NFL to any contact sport. Tackling is a state of mind. If you want to tackle, you will tackle.
They should basics, isn't it?
The technique should be the technique should be okay. These guys have been playing football since they were kids. The technique shouldn't be an issue. It's a state of mind.
It's a state of mind.
Yeah, but it's arm tackling.
They're not wrapping up.
It's dropping your helmet, not wrapping up. It's the form that pisses you off in a way. And I'm like,
remember how good Luvu was last year?
Yeah, he had a good game. Luvu played well on Sunday. He did. He had a sack. Tackles. He had a couple tackles for loss. He was flying around like we used to seeing. He was just overshadowed by all the suck that was going on around him. None of it made him different.
So how do you fix it? Is it a personnel thing? Do you need a Cahill? Do you need a Madrano? Do you need someone else in the linebacking room?
Cahill was in the game and knocked himself out on the opening kickoff. Remember that? Cahill made the tackle on the opening kickoff and hit the ground like a sack of taters. He was out for a good couple of seconds there, and I guarantee you they had him on concussion protocol all afternoon. He wasn't coming back.
I didn't hear anything about that.
I saw it. I'm watching it. They showed it on the replay. He was laying on the field after the opening kick. It was either the opening kick or our kick after we scored our first point. It was early in the game. I
think they need to go back to a base. Like they've been playing this 2 linebacker set too long. I think they need to go to I think they need to try something with 3 linebackers.
I would say because look,
try to protect the flats, man.
Right,
you got to do something. That's
where we're getting killed at. He's not good.
Killed in the flats.
Yeah, and if you've got Luvu rushing the passer, then that leaves Wagner out there trying to cover the flats.
That's the problem. Yeah,
and he can't.
The problem.
And I know they don't want to, but you got or go back to nickel. Playing the big nickel.
I'd be tempted, and I know you can't be aggressive all the time because there's certain situations dictate you can't be, but I'd be tempted to drop back into a more basic package, be more aggressive, because to me a lot of the time when we're being exposed, we look very standoffish and very stand back and very passive, and there's a lot of space underneath. There's a lot of space in the flats. There's so much space underneath. It's almost like they're scared to death of getting beat too far down the field. So they're giving up all this space, and I'd be tempted to. You say with Lattimore, get in his face, hit him at the line of scrimmage. Absolutely. Don't let him down the field.
That's what the Chiefs do. How often do you see the Chiefs when the chips are down, rush everybody and win?
We were good against explosive plays last season. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Now it's like fucking second down.
Well,
second down, first down, second down, first down, fucking 15 yards every fucking time.
The second and 14s killed us on Sunday. It was like
going back to Bernie's metaphysical take.
Great on first down, really good on first down. Bad on second and third down.
We've been good on third down up until Sunday. They were telling us we were good on third down. I don't know. I had something I wanted to talk about, and I forgot what the fuck it was.
And look, the only thing I was going to say, the last thing is, as we said, I think the last time I was on here, the NFL is such a week-to-week league. We were really good week 1, terrible week 2, really good week 3, terrible week 4.
Well, this same Packers defense that stifled us gave up 40 points and tied the Cowboys.
You just look at the rest of the league. The rest of the league
is
more consistent than we are.
Yeah,
apart from a couple of teams.
Now here's something.
Take a while to settle down, isn't it? Tony,
look at the Ravens right now. Look at the Ravens right now.
Yeah, I'm going to throw this out there, all right, because this has been bantered around, and I kind of agree with it that nobody plays preseason anymore. They've pretty much removed any chance of it. They've gone down to 3 games, and nobody risks anybody. Very few teams play everybody, and so September has kind of become preseason. I always say week 1's a liar, but Jesus Christ, it seems like week 1, 2, and 3 are liars nowadays. I'm still not sure of what I'm seeing out there in the NFL, with very few exceptions. Like I know the Bills are fucking good, right? Puka Nacua is on his way to the fucking Hall of Fame if he does this shit all the time.
Look, he's already got 44 catches already this season.
Right.
I put that in the chat. I think he's already cemented himself as the 3rd best wide receiver in the league.
3rd best? I don't know. He might be a little bit better than that. And the Bengals, right? These dudes have scored 6 points since Joe Burrow got hurt. Anyway, that'll get us off the thing there. All right,
so I got no qualms with the offense, really.
No, me neither.
When you score 27 points with a backup quarterback,
you should win. You should win if that's your starting quarterback. You should win.
True.
Especially if you've got the kind of injuries that we've been dealing with. Look, I don't care if anybody wants to talk about it. I said at the beginning of the season I was not comfortable going in with 5 wide receivers. And what do you fucking know? Noah Brown is out before you can sneeze, and Terry gets hurt, which we can argue about whatever that is. I think he'll be back this week. But
Chosen's here.
You end up with fucking Chris Moore as your number 2 wide receiver trying to get down. Get the fuck out of here, man. That's ridiculous. I'm glad.
Chosen Anderson. He's here. Don't worry.
What did I tell you all today? Everybody's telling him, he's the chosen one.
Stick him in the volcano. 2 kinds of chosen one.
What's that?
Stick him in the volcano.
Right. There's 2 kinds of chosen one. There's the one everybody hopes it is, which is the one where God anoints and says, "You are my messenger on earth, and you are going to go do wonderful things." And then there's the other one where they say, "Because you're so virtuous and virginal, we're throwing you in the volcano, so the banana crop will be good next year." And that's the one we probably got.
That was a good read by Mariota. It just floated.
Yeah.
If he should have thrown it sooner and a little bit flatter, that would have been a touchdown.
I mean, to your point, John, about September being preseason, I'm pretty much on board with that. And I think if you'd have said at the start of the season, after the end of September, we'll be 2-2, Jaden will have missed 2 games, Terry would have missed a game, and we went 1-1 without him.
Right.
I'd have gone, okay, all right.
Right.
But now is the time. If we're accepting that September's kind of a preseason, Jaden's going to be back this week, God willing. Terry's going to be back this week, God willing. The Chargers' offensive line is entirely injured.
Yeah.
I don't think Terry's going to be back.
I think Terry will be back.
I don't think Terry's going to be back this week.
No, I think
John Bates will be back, but not Terry.
Tell you what, there's one guy that put up really well. It was Joe Sinnott, I thought, in the time or Ben Sinnott, not Joe Sinnott.
He did that last week,
I think it's a character in a book I was reading. Ben Sinnott played really well.
I like how Luke and Ben Sinnott, that everybody was already fucking thrown out to the trash, is now starting to fucking develop.
They stepped up. When opportunity came, they stepped up.
I like Luke in the kickoff returns, man. I think he's good. I think maybe if we want to, when we put Debo back there on special occasions, you remember how we used to do with Santana Moss?
Yeah,
like with the punt returns.
Darryl Green too. I mean, when we needed a score, guess who showed up back there? Darryl Green.
I think we should.
Agreed.
Zach Ertz penalties are going to fucking happen. Zach Ertz had a penalty too.
He had that really sorry false start where he kind of just fell over.
But I like how Sinnott wasn't really, when we drafted him, he wasn't drafted to be a blocker, but he's developing that way, and that's really good, really, really good. We know he can catch passes. We've seen it all throughout college. Him developing as a blocker, I think, is really good for this team for the future.
Absolutely. When you see what he can do when Bates is out. And I mean, I think in terms of body size, they're just about equal, it looks like, when they're out there. And they both are doing a hell of a good job. I think Bates will be back this week. Could you imagine, though, man? We've got a pounding running game. I like our running game. We just don't stick to it. You get those 2 tight ends out there, there you go. I mean, we've got ourselves a couple of serious blockers. Get some of those unbalanced lines out there. Get freaking Rodriguez banging heads into people, and I think
if Rodriguez and Krosky Merritt can learn how to block, they don't trust him, and you can see that. And
Krosky Merritt got run over.
Krosky Merritt, this is why Eckler was so important, and they're not good in the pass game either. Neither one of them are good in the pass game. They don't trust them. That's why Eckler was really important. I think Eckler was a big loss.
Yeah, but you can't. You had to expect it, though. Eckler always is a loss.
This is why I told y'all getting rid of Brian Robinson was a fucking mistake. And even though Brian Robinson wasn't a quick twitch kind of guy, in a pinch he can still catch a pass out of the fucking backfield.
I think something
get you something.
When it comes to Bill, sees more ball then.
I think when it comes to Bill, and for one, the running game in itself, in both of these losses, I don't think we have tried hard enough to establish it. All right. That first 3 and out, we hold the ball like 12 seconds. If that, when you got a team that marches down and scores on you in a place that's really loud like that, you can't do that. You got to run the ball, and you've got to keep trying to run the ball. Hammer those motherfuckers. If you're going to go 3 and out, I want Rodriguez pounding his fucking helmet right into the balls of the linebackers. Wham! 3 times. If I'm going to have to punt, I'm going to make that sumbitch walk off the field funny. All right. And keep doing it. Keep doing it. By the time you'll be able to start to establish it. This bullshit that we do now where we panic and we stop running the ball, we try too hard to spread it around amongst the running backs that we don't do enough of it, it's not helping. It's not working. When you've got a team like that that's beating our defense up and down the goddamn field, you need to slow the fucking game down. You don't say, okay, Lattimore, get right back out there, right? Because we went 3 and out again. You got to establish it. And I get tired of that.
I'm fine with the game plan and the offense. I think it was fine. We scored 27 points. I mean, and we gave up an interception. They're very tentative about these young running backs. Very tentative about them, and it's understandable because they're young and they can't do everything. All they can do is run the ball. That is it.
Like 8 or 9 year vet, but I'll tell you what.
Nichols isn't an every down back. He's he's not.
He's not. But with all 3 of them, we have it covered. All right. And I don't like, I mean, I know they're going to have scheduled times they go in the game. All right. Now, I'm going to bring it back to Bill and his inability to pass block. I mean, there were times I saw him being used as a tackling weapon. I picking up and throw him at the quarterback. Like, you are going to help me. So, all right. So, but you can't just put Bill in the game to run the ball, because then you become one-dimensional, and everybody, when Bill comes to the game, goes, run, here he comes.
Yeah.
So you got to develop a pass catching, because I don't think he's got the body type to be able to be blocking some of these guys. I just can't see it.
I'm hoping I think eventually Bill will turn into that. It's just he's got to develop, man. It takes time. It takes time to develop into more facets in your game.
Yeah, I mean, pass protection is not as easy as you'll think for a back. You've got to. It's partly instinctive, but it's also partly you've got to know where the gaps are. You've got to know where your protections are. You've got to know where the spare man's coming through. And sometimes it's not easy because they disguise it on defense. So yeah.
So start him out with some chips and flare him out. I'd rather teach him how to catch. Let him chip a guy and run out. Because what I don't want them to do is say, okay, you need to put on 30 pounds so that you can pass block. I'm like, no, look how fast he can cut. I want that.
I mean, look, Eckler could pass block, and he was small. I mean,
he was bigger than him.
Who was that? That running back from the Eagles? That small.
Sproles. It's not about small. It's about body.
Sproles
type.
would just put his whole body on the line.
Because he was a bowling ball.
It is. You got to have a knack for it, and it takes time to develop. And I think Bill will get there. I really do. I love Bill as a runner, man. I really do. He's sleek. He knows he can find the holes. He can make himself small, and he's so quick. And it's just going to take some time. It's going to take time.
I'll tell you what, Scotty. I want to hear what you think about this, because I like. All right, I'm going to take it back to Clinton Portis. All right, I don't think he looks like Clinton Portis, but in ways he does when Portis was with the Broncos, in terms of how fast he can cut, how quick he can change direction, and how he doesn't seem to lose any speed, and in fact can accelerate on these ridiculously tight cuts that he's making inside the line of scrimmage and being able to gain extra.
Reminds me of Joe Mixon a little bit.
He came here. Joe put weight on him, and he was never able to be that again. That dude had like 5,000 yards in his first 2-3 years. He was on an unbelievable track. So Krosky Merritt, yes, he's going to learn how to block better, but I don't want to see him get bulky. I'd rather watch him stay at the
I don't
size
want him to get bulky either.
I want to keep that speed. Scotty, what do you think?
I agree with you. I agree with you, John. I don't want him to bulk up as such. Putting on a little bit of weight will always help, yes, but you will lose speed. It's the same in any contact sport. Tony knows this well. If you've got a centre or a fullback who are the fastest players on a team in a rugby field, you don't want them gaining 20, 30 pounds in an off-season of muscle, because it ultimately will slow them down.
Right.
I mean, I like you, John. I look at the way he cuts. I look at the way he moves. I mean, we haven't had anyone like this since probably, Peterson. I would say when he was
like that, but we put weight on it.
But Peterson's old. Do you know what I mean? Even though you still saw some of that magic, it's the fact that he can go to the line, and as he goes to the line, he can diagnose where the gap is and quickly shift and find that hole, and he's gone. That's what you want. I genuinely believe when he's on the ball that we have a home run hitter at times, or someone who could take it all the way to the house. But he is slight, and I get where you're coming from with that. He's not an every down back, I don't think, right now. We all said, it's running back by committee, but I want to see him get more touches.
But I do want to see him on first or second down be able to run out to the flat, or do one of them like a screen, or even
one of those little tunnel screens, or a little slip out. Yeah, just something like that.
And I don't. He's just not there yet, and we just have to be patient with him.
I could love to. I mean, I tell you what, I would salivate watching him chip a fucking defensive end, flare out to the right with the tight end, and then just catch that little pass while he's out there with a fucking safety and a cornerback to beat. That's my God. Just give.
I think it's coming. I think it's coming. Like I said, I see his running style reminds me a little bit of Joe Mixon, and Joe Mixon's got, especially earlier on in Cincinnati, great vision, and can just that one step and just kind of glides, quick and glides out, and And then he's got some power to him as well, too, for not being a huge power back.
Well, he definitely will. He hits with impact, and that's the thing I like about all three of our running backs, and why I really want to establish the run. I don't care what kind of statistics are. I don't care. I would love to win a football game 9-3 with 150 yards rushing.
I think it might help too when Jaden comes back, because that threat of Jaden running as well. It could also
that exists
give
for
some linebackers. I think that will help our run game actually, because I think it'll give some linebackers a little bit of pause, doing some like draws and stuff like that too. So we'll see. Hopefully this week.
Pause on the draws. Is that what we're hearing here?
Pause on the draws.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what. Let's move on a little bit. We're all kind of happy about the offense. All right. Special teams. Why don't we do a couple of things real quick before we get to head smacks and butt pats. Special teams I thought were good. Again, McCaffrey was good. Lane dropped 2 punts. He did.
That was a little.
You can't be doing that. You can't do that. 4 field goals. Right? Is Matt Gay still in everybody's happy house
right now?
He's on
the sugar list.
Best kicker in the NFL.
Shut your mouth! What the matter with you?
Fucking, you're jinxing it, Tony.
Tony's
fucking jinxing it now. If he misses a field goal next week, we're blaming Tony. It's all Tony's fault.
Well, I will say this, since I did just bring up Jameson's, and I will say this to all you Irish people that are out there listening to me right now through Tony's magic of internet. Over here, they're advertising this Jameson's orange with all these fucking hipsters dancing around drinking this shit. Dude, no. You are Jameson's whiskey. You don't fucking fruit the goddamn whiskey, okay? Just don't do it. Don't cave into that shit.
Jameson's grim.
I mean, whatever. It doesn't matter. It's fucking Irish whiskey. You don't turn it into Zima.
Don't mess with it. It's like you don't put blackcurrant in Guinness. It's the same thing.
Right. The hipster crowd can go fuck off. Okay.
Don't be silly. Don't be silly.
You can buy your Smirnoff vanilla bean grapefruit fucking whatever.
And that's what my missus drinks.
Could be.
Do you drink? Do you drink Jameson's, Tony?
No, I hate whiskey. I don't touch whiskey.
Yeah, me neither. I'm not a whiskey fan.
Give me bourbon, Southern Comfort, Jack Daniels.
I'm gonna try to reel them back in, but they're not talking alcohol.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
All
right. So Deluxe says, do you think Cliff uses backs to predictably B-Rod catch, but rarely used? We're seeing similar with C-Rod, Bill, and McNichols.
I think it could be, and this is just an opinion with B-Rob. Like last year we had Austin Eckler, and he's a really, really, really good pass catching back.
For spurts we had him, then he was out.
That's true. That's true. So, and we really didn't need him to catch a whole lot of passes last year, just because our offense was just fucking just churning. We could have done whatever we want. So I don't know. That's a good question. That's a good question, and you may be right. It's becoming. I didn't really have a problem with the balance that of last week, as some people have showed, because I thought our offense for the most part played well enough to win, in my opinion. All we needed was a fucking stop. Yep. I think if Jaden played that game, I think we would have won.
Had 38.
Yeah,
we had some points.
We probably those 2 field goals would have probably we had 4 field goals. 2 of them we probably would have had touchdowns. I would think.
We had an interception in the end zone.
Yeah.
And
so
correct me if I'm wrong, but that was Chris Moore down there having zero effort, right?
Well, it was a good play.
They had double
Mariota's fault. He floated that damn ball and hit it off to the side. If he would have hit on strike, who knows if Chris Moore would even have fucking caught it? If
there was 2 guys there, he would have just looked at it and go, I don't think so.
Well, that's why I'm saying he floated, and it allowed the guys to catch up.
Right. Yeah. That's one thing that I don't see when they float passes against us is 2 guys down there converging on anything. Which, by the way, while I've got this, while I'm in the mind for this, let me see if I've got this somewhere that I can find it fast enough, because I got all kinds of new shit here and I can't find anything anymore. And I'm looking for.
Shut the fuck up. Shut up! Shut up! Sit the fuck down and shut up! Shut up and sit down. Will you shut up? Just sit your ass down here and shut up.
Cam Curl's first 2 interceptions since 2020, and you motherfuckers are looking at him like you just let Kim Kardashian walk out the door with your condom still hanging out of her fucking skirt. Shut up, you people. Stop chasing your exes. It was a bad look. God. Yeah. You know what? Dude, next week, Benjamin St. Juice better not get his first fucking
hell. Oh, my God. Twitter would go into
Shut up, John.
meltdown.
Do not get into existence. Get out of here.
Oh,
Emmanuel
Jesus.
Forbes return for a pick 6.
Dude, did you see him? All right, the play. Oh, what's the wide receiver's name for the Colts who fucking fumbled the ball out of the end zone? And then on the play when Jonathan Taylor broke loose, he got called for holding.
A.D. Mitchell, yeah.
He's
not
see how he abused Emmanuel Forbes on that play that he eventually fumbled out of the end zone.
But it went over Curl and Forbes in that
Dude, it
play.
wasn't even that it went over. It was the fact that Forbes tried his best to grab hold of that dude and got slung around like somebody trying to pick off a piece of lint. What the hell is that? And then he ran him over, and then he fumbled. If he would have scored a touchdown, that would have been one of the all-time funniest fucking plays on a DB ever. But, oh well. So now we're not going to...
Forbes is just a punchline now.
But it's a real thin one.
Well, here he's playing halfway decent. I don't know. I haven't really watched a whole lot of the Rams other than highlights of Puka Nacua because I have him on my fantasy team.
Their defense has been pretty good, but it's mostly up front, and their linebackers are good.
But he's a starter. He's a starter, so it's got to count for something.
I guess he counts as 11. Actually, he's wearing number 1 because I don't think 11 went all the way around him. All right. Okay, so I'll tell you what. Before we get into some butt pats and head slaps, let's do a top 10 real quick. La 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 la.
Do you need my assistance on this?
I can tell you what. There we go. Yeah, go ahead. All right, you'll see it starts right here to the right of that. Top 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yeah.
I will start with number 10. We'll start at the bottom. Number 10. All right, let me get some music on here. There we go. Number 10 things that all Americans can do. Top 10 things any American do. Number 10, burn Marshawn Lattimore on a go route. Okay, if you're going to do this, you got to do it on time, right? So hold on a minute. Number 9, burn Marshawn Lattimore on an in route. That's the number 9 thing any American can do. Top 10 things any American can do. Burn Marshawn Lattimore on an out route. Number 7, burn Marshawn Lattimore on a slant route. Number 6, burn Marshawn Lattimore on a double move. Bonus, 94% of Americans. What are you doing? Go back to 6.
Shit. Oh, I've been
the bit, for fuck's sake. Number 6, burn Marshawn Lattimore on a double move. Bonus, 94% of Americans will also draw a defensive holding foul from Marshawn Lattimore, causing the very first down he desperately was trying to prevent. Number 5, totally befuddle Joe Witt with simple motion.
Facts.
Number 4, no better than to drop Dorrance Armstrong into coverage when he's playing like one of the best pass rushers in the NFL. Top 10 things any American can do. Number 3, be seen on a football field before Jordan McGee. Where is this fucking guy? Do they send him out for fucking coffee all the goddamn time?
I know.
You gotta let these things matriculate a little bit. Number 2, beat Chris Moore out for a wide receiver job. I think you could do that.
I think Scott could do that.
Number 1 thing any top 10 American anything could do, walk better than Tyree.
Wow. Oh, Kit Kat legs himself. Dear.
Right. I thought number 1 was going to be abused European golfers.
Number 1 is going to be run this bit better than Jessy. Hey, let's just calm down on that, Tony. Let's calm down on that.
We're gonna have to have some practice on Friday for Jessy to learn how to run the board. What I'm doing, you got to leave some time for jokes in there. That's what people tune into.
You're flying through there like number 10, number 6.
You're fucking swish. I'm trying to stay on them. Well, yeah, the first 4 were quick and easy. People tune in for 2 reasons. 1, because Scott is just so fucking sexy, and 2, they like to laugh.
I like the way you did that. That was a good punchline.
You like that? There. Ooh, baby. There you go. All right. Okay, let's do some butt pats and head smacks. I gotta go find this thing again. Jesus Christ. You'd think I'd know what I'm doing. But...
butt pats. Attaboy. Head smacks. Get out of here.
All right. So for a lot of people that are out there that are just joining us for the first time, for one, if you're over there on Twitter or Facebook or any of the other fucking places that you could possibly watch this podcast, come on into YouTube. Give us a thumbs up. Give us a like. Give us all your money. Give us your fucking sister's picture. Maybe. It depends. We're going to have to send those to Scott first. He can filter. All right, he can filter. All right.
Sure about that, John.
He can do some filtering. All right. There we have a standard for hair. All right. We have a hair standard. You can't have too much of it. So anyway, we're going to do some butt pats and head smacks. These are what we do instead of giving a thumbs up or thumbs down. I think I like to smack people in the head, and Jesse likes to tap on the butt.
Butt pats. Attaboy. Head smacks. Get out of here.
All right, so Jesse, we'll start with you. Who's your first butt pat? We'll start on offense.
I'm going to Luke McCaffrey.
Attaboy.
Scored for the second time.
He, last week was the first week I did not do an anytime touchdown for Luke McCaffrey. I said never again, and I did it again this week, and got me a little something
Down at the fucking Wet Lotus rub and tug. Jesse goes after the game when I guess when he hits a bet. All right, Scotty, who's your first place?
The Asian Zen Garden. Get it right.
Asian Zen Garden.
Deebo Samuel Senior, six receptions, 72 yards, and a touchdown.
Remember when I said at the beginning of the when we did our superlatives that Deebo was going to outdo Terry McLaurin, and y'all laughed at me?
Well, he's hurt, and I mean, we knew, dude. It's only week 4. All right, I mean, yeah, he has been, but McLaurin's missed a game, 1, and it's he played in 2 or 3.
Right. Well, we'll revisit this in week 18.
I'm sure we will. But until then, here, this is from Scotty to you.
Attaboy.
There you go. All right, Tony, who's your first butt? Oh, Scott, did you give it one? Did you give us one?
Yeah, Deebo.
Oh, that's right, Deebo. Sorry, I am paying attention. Tony, what about you?
Yeah, Scotty had mine. So I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll go with Mariota because I think for 2 games. I'll go for 2 games. He's been solid. First game he was really good. Second game not as good but solid. Thanks very much. You've done a great job. Back to the bench. We don't want to see you again now.
Okay, couldn't ask for anything more from a backup quarterback.
Yeah,
Seriously,
absolutely.
We're lucky.
He threw 1 interception and he's 1-1.
Yeah, you look at everybody was saying when Burrow went down. Oh, Jake Browning's been great. The last time Burrow was injured, he's been shite. So
Higgins, Jamar Chase,
Carson Wentz outplays.
I watched Carson Wentz live on Sunday, and I could have picked off one of those passes.
Yeah.
We're seeing the guy warm up. I'm one of these saddos that gets in the ground in the stadium early to watch the warm ups, and he was turtling up even when he was when he was warming up. And you see now, I know Aaron Rodgers isn't the man he was, but warming up, geez, you want to see the guy warm up. He just stands there. He doesn't move his feet or anything. Just goes. And the ball goes whoosh.
Yeah,
dude. I'll tell you what. Aaron Rodgers had himself a nice Aaron Rodgers game.
Yeah, it's the 4th time I've seen Aaron Rodgers play live, and the first time he played anything like decent. And the first time he won.
I'll tell you this: how times change. I see him on TV, and that helmet he wears looks weird now. It looks weird.
It's always looked weird. He's always had a goofy ass
normal helmet from about 20 years ago, 25 years ago. But it's
one of those massive caps, those massive caps that people wear now.
Oh yeah, he didn't wear that. He just has one of the rounded helmets. He
helmet.
Doesn't have all of the crenellations and the freaking. He doesn't have all of the impact cushioning.
But he had to change it this year, didn't he? He was moaning this year because
didn't he have the same chin strap for like?
Yeah, he still got the same, but the short helmet that he was wearing in Green Bay, which he had to, in New York, which replaced the one he used to wear in Green Bay, which got banned.
Right.
This one also now got banned, so he had to find another new helmet for this season. And he was moaning because he was saying he looks like a big bobblehead now because it's like Kyler Murray.
He's always looked like
you look like a big dickhead. So what's the difference?
Yeah, he always looks fucking retarded in it.
All right,
he was very nice about Ireland though, so we'll forgive him.
Okay, so I'll tell you what. No jumping and mugging him out while he's out there. No. Y'all. I gave Ben Sinnott last week. I gave him a butt pat, but this week I'm going to head, and it's the biggest butt in Washington. It's fucking Chris Paul. Dude is playing like a beast. He is a monster out there right now, and I'm happy as shit that he's doing it because he is big. The questions were, can he get to the next level? There's a beautiful video going around of him and Laramie Tunsil just double teaming their defense. They take the guy that they're double teaming and shove him into the second level guy. Boom. They're beating the shit out of people. And Chris Paul, welcome to the fucking welcome. about time. He's a big boy.
I did have to laugh, John, at the weekend with your voice notes that you put in our chat about Chris Paul, and my wife was listening to it, and all he said was, he has to have the biggest ass in the entire NFL. And I was like, yes, you're right. And then the next play, my wife was like, who's he talking about? I was like, Chris Paul there. And she's like, yeah, that's quite large. I was like, yeah, that is quite a large human being. Yeah.
Quite large. I will say this. For one, Chris Paul's ass has its own zip code. For two, in the middle of it is a strip mining operation. That's helping. So that's my butt pat for offense is Chris Paul. Anybody else got anybody else? Jesse,
I'll go Josh Connolly Jr. I'm slowly coming around on him. He's getting a little bit better and better and better as the season goes along. Cosme's coming back soon. You know, he's that 21-day window. Hopefully he's going to open tomorrow. If not, I think we're a couple of weeks away from Cosme coming back. And then I really like it. I'm really interested to see what this offensive line is going to be like. When, you know, we got Chris Paul at left guard, Cosme back at right guard, Connolly Jr., you know, as long as he can continue.
He had a couple of plays on Sunday where he tried to get to the second level. It was his responsibility to go get a safety, and he completely whiffed. But he was out there trying, and it looked like a bullfight. The guy just would go whoop right by him and then head in to make the tackle. It wasn't many plays, just a couple. He's got to work. Yeah, like that. He's got to do a little work when he's out in space. But, yeah, he had a good game. So,
Chris Paul stays there, man. I think Chris Paul stays at left guard.
And that's a real shame on Brandon Coleman, because I don't know if he's struggling with a shoulder injury or what's going on there, if it's coach's decision.
He's injured, isn't he? Or he's kind of well, he's not injured enough not to be able to play.
Up,
but they were saying he was nicked up, So
that to me is not a bad thing. You know, if we're able to take a guy that was a starter for us and 3 starters for us as backups this year, that's a nice depth. That's a nice depth.
I think the offensive line depth's great.
Through all the carnage.
I like the tackle eligible Trent Scott playing at tight end.
Oh, yeah.
I enjoyed that on Sunday. I was like, go on, Trent Scott, get a touchdown again. It's nothing better than that. But yeah, offensive line, it's an interesting one, because if we open his window, Cosme, now we've got 21 days, is it, before we have to get a roster spot for him?
Yeah.
What happens if you don't do it in the 21 days? Is that them out for
the season? Go on IR.
Yeah, he's done.
Right, full-time IR. Right, okay.
Yeah. But he will be because they'll know when he's ready. I suspect he's probably ready now.
I don't think they'll open the window yet. I think it'll be next week.
Well, they were talking about it tomorrow potentially, but I think you might be right. They might.
Quinn said there'll be news on that on Wednesday, so
tomorrow would be the absolute optimum.
Yeah,
you know, and anytime you hit the absolute optimum, that's.
Well, we always said the word was always October.
Well, but tomorrow's like the beginning of October. I mean, you know, October.
Yeah, you got 21 days, so that's essentially 3 weeks right there.
Right.
So.
Yeah. I think Scotty's probably right, but then again, what the fuck do I know? All right, so let's do some defensive butt pats. Does anybody have a defensive butt pat that they want to get? I'll start. I'll give one to Frankie Louis. Attaboy. He had his best game of the year, just overshadowed by all the crap around him. Anybody else?
I'll go Dorrance Armstrong.
Attaboy. Except when he's dropping.
His fault. It's not his fault he drops in coverage.
It's not. You know? He did what he was supposed to do. It's just not his fault that's not the best.
I got another one too if those two guys don't.
What about you guys, Tony?
Jeez, I'm kind of struggling here.
Yeah, it wasn't easy, but I do got one that he's not getting enough love and he should.
Scotty, you going to try to guess who that is?
I go Reeves, I think is where he's going with. But maybe, I don't know. But...
No. Nobody in the back end gets anything. Javon Kinlaw. He is.
But he's off the field on 4th downs. What the hell are they doing? He was off the field on
again. I can't dock him for coaches' decisions.
No, you're right. You know. Oh no, I'm not blaming him for that.
He definitely should have been on there. But when you can feel his power by just watching him on TV. He gets in there and he wrecks shop. And I think this was a great pickup in the offseason.
Yeah.
Proving a lot of people wrong.
Yeah.
He's worth every penny. And he's played better than I think we've ever seen Jonathan Allen play.
Absolutely. Him and Deron Payne have led the charge up there, and it's good to see. And there's a lot of cynical people out there that say Deron Payne only does this when there's money on the table, and I don't give a fuck. So what? He's doing it. I don't watch for their paychecks, right? You'll never find me at the bank when their automatic deposit comes in going, fuck you, yeah. No, it never happens. I don't care. I'm watching them play football.
I tried to find Jonathan Allen on Sunday because I was walking through Dublin, where they stay in the Shelburne Hotel, which is the poshest hotel in Dublin, and all the team buses were outside, and they'd cordoned it off around, and there was a big crowd of people, and the Vikings players were all getting on the bus,
right?
All the buses. There was about 4 buses, and I must have missed him because I didn't see him. I was going to shout something out, but yeah, he wasn't there.
We're gonna have to send Tony a microphone and some headphones, so doesn't sound like he's talking out of a year 2000 headset.
Yeah. Put a press thing in his hat here. We'll send him into the crowds. That's what
I can do that. Justin Jefferson came down the steps to the bus looking like the most blinged up man you've ever seen.
Oh yeah, imagine. Wow. Yeah, he does like his little bling.
Iced up.
He does.
Everything was gold.
He does. I will give you some questions next time. I will give you a list of questions to shout at these people.
Well, I got a nice Tascam recorder. I got it when I first started the podcast, and it's a really nice recorder. I was gonna, having season tickets and doing like the events and stuff with the team. I just haven't used it, but it's a really nice. It's a nice recorder.
Well, there you go. All right. So you got some more people on defense that you're giving heads backs or butts. You know what you're doing. Go ahead. Grab whichever body part you want.
Oh, nobody else deserves anything.
Oh, Tony, what happened to the guy that was robbed? Honestly, Kim, from what I understand, he was acting like an asshole in a bar, and
Yeah,
they found out his name was Skylar.
They've not said too much, Kim. Yeah, they've not said too much about it, Kim. To be honest, I think they're trying to downplay it now as much as possible. But look, it's a bit of a dampener on it. But at the same time, who knows who it was? Who knows where he was? He could have been. This idea that he's been mugged in Dublin by some Irish leprechaun isn't necessarily the truth. So
I don't think it was a leprechaun.
Said he wanted a pot of gold.
Yeah,
I do. I'm glad when we're in Spain, there's a big group of us, and that does make me a little bit more comfortable.
Right. Mm-hmm. Right. Well, don't wear red. They let bulls walk around the streets down there. And if you think the NFL gives a fuck about their players getting robbed, they just signed on for 3 games in Rio. So I don't think they're really concerned about it unless they're putting them down there with their own army.
You don't have to worry about Madrid either. It's not Barcelona, so we're okay.
All right.
And there were players from both teams. There were players from both teams walking around the city the whole weekend.
I saw Aaron Rodgers on socials walking around.
Yeah, so you saw them. They'd all got their hoodies and tracky bottoms on, and were wandering around. Nobody was bothering them. If you go to any city anywhere in the world and you turn the wrong corner and walk down the wrong street and end up in the wrong place,
yeah.
So I don't know what it was, but it's sad. It's sad that it happened, and it's left a bit of a bad taste. But
you gotta watch
calling everybody a bunch of drunken mix. That's from what I understand.
You turn down the wrong creek.
Yeah, there's rough areas of Dublin like there is anywhere. I walked down the street from the station to the park where the tailgate was, down a little back street, and just saw the most blatant drug deal go down. One guy.
Really? What were they selling?
I don't know. I didn't stop.
I don't know. I was trying to swing on with this prostitute.
I didn't stop.
Oh Lord!
All right, so you had a couple more butt pats for defense.
Nobody did.
Nobody did. I thought you said you had 2 more.
No, I said no more. All right, nobody deserved it.
All right, so then we'll just go with the obvious. Head smacks on offense. We'll start there. We'll start with you, Scotty.
Head smacks on offense.
Offense and head smacks.
Jalen Lane, I suppose, dropping a couple of punts.
Those are special teams, but okay.
I know, but
yeah,
we don't do the head smacks and stuff for special teams normally, but
we can.
I'll give a butt pat for Matt Gay.
Attaboy.
Yeah.
Oh boy, there, Matt. Way to go! You made your kid.
All right, and yeah, I'm happy.
Matty Poo.
And you know what? He didn't just make them; he fucking drilled them. They were dead on. They were dead on. He hit one from the right or from the left hash mark that looked like it might hook a little bit to the left, but that sucker stayed straight on in and went right down the hash mark, straight on through. So good for Matt Gay. Good for them on that. Tony, you got any head smacks on offense?
I think it's a tough one, that, because I think they kind of did okay.
Yeah.
But you could say Mariota. I mean, I gave him a butt tap, but you could also give him a bit of a slap for the interception at a fairly crucial time. But that's been a bit harsh.
Well, butt taps in America are something completely different. So.
Yeah, is that when you've got no? It's a
family. Want a Chris Moore?
It's a family show.
It is not a family show. Chris Moore is my head smack. I mean, really, you got to give up some effort when you're down there. Try to get the ball out of those guys. You're in the
I think he had a drop. That's why I'm giving him. I'm not faulting him for the interception. I think it's Chris Moore.
Nah, I'm not necessarily faulting him. He can't help who he is. That would be like me giving me a head smack for trying to run down there and catch a pass. I can't do it either. But, I'm going to give him a head smack for realizing, not realizing he should be a mailman.
Does Zach Ertz get one for penalties? And he was quite anonymous. He
had a couple of catches, but the penalty, if I recall, was in a pretty bad situation for him to have had a false start.
Well, we did get it. I think that was when we went like the 1st and 30, and we got out of that.
All right. Yeah. Well, we don't want to have to do that all the time. All right. So we're gonna be here for a while. Get your hands off. Put on some weightlifting chalk, and we're gonna pull some head smacks for defense.
Can we not just say the whole defense?
Yeah,
we can say the whole defense, but I don't want to give it to the whole defense. There's a couple guys I thought played all right on the interior, not well enough. So yeah,
mine's 3 times in a row. I think I've given Joe Witt
has to be
for 3 weeks in a row.
Right. Remember, the number 5 thing that any American can do is fool Joe Witt with simple motion. Just run a guy through his backyard, and that motherfucker will be like this for a week.
What happened?
What the hell was that?
How do we fix it?
Where am I supposed to go? All right, what do we got left? Anything left?
Marshawn Lattimore has
Marshawn
to
get
you might as well give Amos and Sanders still one.
You could just lay
the whole lot.
They were all up.
I'm not going to give one to Amos. I mean, even though Amos wasn't very good, he wasn't very good. Yeah, but the rest of them have not been good most of the season. Amos, this was his first bad game, and I don't know why it was his first bad game, but it was.
If he can get a butt pat, which we've given him butt pats this season, I think he can get a head smack.
All right, I dropped my mouse. My mouse he's trying to escape. I mean, okay, he can get a head smack. I just don't want it to go on his permanent record.
Okay. I mean, he's got a chance to erase it.
Just a caution.
Give him a chance.
All right. Do we have anything left that we got to get to today?
Nope. Time to go home.
Yeah, shout out to Austin, who's in the chat. He's a cricket fan who's trying to get into the sport. Just showed up from Australia.
Hey,
what's up, Austin?
It's a fun sport.
And if you want
just showed up here from Australia. Showed up where? Did you just come to the United States, or just showed up here in our room, in our little?
Just showed up in our chat room. So if you want any Australian NFL fans, I have loads who I've met recently. So give me a shout on X, and I can put you in touch with a few people.
Austin, we can talk about the Ashes soon as well if you want, mate.
Maybe if you give him your @, he could be able to shout you on X.
He probably could.
It's already on the bottom of on the bottom of here.
Scott's a well-known international homosexual, and he swipes right on those fucking Australian football fans all the time. He can hook you up with a bunch of them. I'm just kidding, Austin.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
He doesn't know any of them. He's trying. Yeah.
So there's quite a few Australian Commanders fans out there. So he's a Commanders fan. So I can put you in touch with a few others. So that is my @ just there. So give us a shout on X, Austin, and we'll put you in touch with a few people who are out there, mate.
Yeah,
Scotty, I saw your Steelers equivalent at the weekend.
Oh, Tom, did you meet Tom?
Yeah,
did you?
I didn't really.
He's a good guy.
I didn't meet him, but I saw him. We went to the bar where they were, and they were doing a live podcast with the 2 Steelers radio guys, and one of the Steelers ex-player whose name I've now forgotten.
Ben Roethlisberger.
Big Ben.
Roethlisberger is on the radio.
Big Ben was on the other one that I went to with Marquise Pouncey. I don't know what Marquise Pouncey was on, but give me some of that stuff.
Well, that's another thing in America that can be misconstrued. So
yeah, Tom's a great guy. He had a good time. He was the guy who did his pick in Irish, which was pretty awesome to see.
He messaged me as well. Yeah,
I sent that message to you. You sent us that picture of Ben Roethlisberger sitting there on the podium.
On the
And
stage,
I sent back that message, and I that's how I used to do my old Ben Roethlisberger impression, And after I sent it back about him, I'm hanging around in college bars looking to pick up chicks, And after I sent it, I was like, I don't even know if he understands what the fuck I'm talking about.
Well, he was being very well behaved because they kept bringing him beers out on stage, and Marquise Pouncey kept chugging his straight away. And Roethlisberger barely touched his because he said his wife and kids were with him, so he had to be good.
My wife and children are outside waiting in the car. If I was to go drinking now, I would probably try to pick one of you up and take you home, for maybe some intercourse or something. But I have to stay sober and not horny because my wife and my child are here. I think what I will do is put them in an Irish pub and see if they want to get themselves a drink and let them fall into a coma. Give them some Guinness. Give my daughter some Guinness. And then I can go out and play with the hot Irish women.
Yeah, Jessy, you can't do Guinness, can you? That you just don't understand it. No,
it's like drinking a loaf of bread.
So we tried out Willie Sneed as well, and we chose them.
Well, hang on though. Where have you drank Guinness? This is the key question. Where have you drank Guinness?
You see.
Being that I haven't been out of the United States.
That's your problem.
Who, me? I've been out of the United States.
Well, John's always a problem. But Guinness, I used to hate Guinness in the UK. I wouldn't drink Guinness in England.
Grim.
And then you drink Guinness in Ireland, and you get these cliches that it tastes better in Ireland. It's not a cliche. It is a 100% fact.
It's too heavy. It's just
when I get to Ireland, I would definitely drink it.
It's not. I will drink 4 pints in the airport and then drank too much in too quickly and ended up sick.
American version of Guinness is like drinking a loaf of bread. It sits in your gut and just expands.
Oh, it is.
I like Harp. I like Harp, which is like a Guinness Light.
I like Harp. Yeah.
But if I come to Ireland, I'll definitely drink Guinness for sure. And I've been out of the United States. What do you people? I'm definitely a continental.
Just try one. Just try one in Ireland if you get to Ireland because it is a very different drink.
Is it different than the UK then?
Massively.
Yeah.
Oh, I definitely will try it. Absolutely.
I'm about to watch that series that just came out on Netflix about.
The Guinness family. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that looks kind of neat.
Yeah.
Ours is full of soil and spit. That the Irish just say, "Have some of that." UK
soil and spit.
Still haven't forgiven us for the potato famine, but they.
No,
all right, boys, it's time to wrap this show up. It's bedtime.
Yeah,
all right. So, I tell you what, I've been to places in Europe that they probably wouldn't let you guys in, but
Switzerland.
Yeah, the donkey bars.
Actually, yeah, I went to San Moritz. I stayed a week in San Moritz, which is like billionaire playground.
Yeah,
and it's just such a trip walking around there, going, "Fucking A, how the hell am I here?
That's a nice yacht. Oh, that's an even bigger yacht. Oh, that's an even bigger yacht.
No, there weren't yachts because they were on lake. We were on lakes, but what there were was fucking Learjets coming in between the mountains, coming in and landing. It's like I'm just hanging out in this. Super fucking wealthy playground. Anyway, we will be back on Friday. I'm not sure what Max's schedule is. Tony, I'm glad that you're ready in a pinch to jump in. But Friday, I'll tell you what. Tell you what, I'm not sure what Max's schedule is. So why don't we just go ahead and say, Tony, you're in. And even if he's here, we'll bring in 5. And go ahead, we'll give us one parlay, right? Just put up one parlay. All right, because half of our show on Fridays, half the show is we're gonna preview our game against the Chargers, and then the other half of the show we like to discuss the rest of the NFL, make some picks and some bets. And, that sort of thing.
Fortunately, my brother-in-law is one of Ireland's leading gambling experts.
Really?
He runs a book. Well, he's run bookies all his life. So, first of all, I'll ask him what a parlay is, and secondly, I'll get him to do one for me.
Okay, there you go. Let's see how Tony's brother does, and we'll have to maybe call it that. We've got Scott's Pisser of the week. We got Jesse's big time same game easy money parlay of the week. We got my old fashioned old timey parlay card, Max's long shot, and we'll call yours Tony's brother's pick.
My brother-in-law is classic. He's classic Irish. He's tall, white skinned, ginger haired.
I was thinking of John McCruick was going to come out and start giving it these. 2 to 1.
He's from a family of they've had betting shops all their lives, and now he works for one of the biggest. He's a golf trader. He works for a golf trader company.
Wow. Well, let's see if he can pick some football. We'll see you all on Friday at 5:30 right here.